Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, slow flow Vinyasa practice. You may want a couple of blocks for the practice, so grab those and just have them handy. We'll be focusing on opening up through the front body, the back body, the chest, arms, armpits, shoulders. So pretty much full body flow here. Please make this your practice. Feel free to ramp it up if you need a little bit more, or take it down a notch if you need a little bit less. Please make it work for you and wherever you are today. If it feels okay for you, get yourself situated into child's pose. You can have knees together or knees wide, your child's pose. Bring the bum back towards the heels. Fold yourself forward. And then release your forehead, third eye space down to the mat or to a block, or you can make a little pillow with the arms. Begin to let everything soften. Let go, relax. No effort right here. Just allowing yourself to come into your space, be present with yourself. Let go of where you're coming from. Don't worry about where you're going next. Just be here in this moment. Appreciating this time with yourself, body, mind, breath, and spirit. And as always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice. And if you choose to carry that intention off of the mat out into the world with you, be good to yourself, be kind. And take a few nice, deep, smooth, steady breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose, or if you like, you can let the breath out through your mouth, sigh it out. Let your inhalations find every nook and cranny in your body, every cell, every space, every corner. Fill up the whole of your lungs, the back, the front, the bottom, the top. And with the exhale, let it all go. Imagine with the exhalation, you're also letting go of anything that you don't need anymore, any energy not serving you. Just let it go. Now begin to make this a little bit more active. Come up onto your finger pads, reach the arms out in front of you. Press into the fingers, lift up through the arms, through the armpits. And then we'll walk the hands over to the right. Bring your torso over that right knee thigh. And then we'll take this into a little bit of a cat-cow breath here. So as you inhale, press into your finger pads, lengthen through the spine, begin to lift the heart, the gaze, and then as you exhale, again, press into your finger pads, begin to round up through the back. A couple more times like this, inhaling, find that little cow movement, belly softens, heart begins to lift, and then with the exhale, find that little rounding through the upper back. And then walk your hands back through center, and then we'll take it over to the left side. Coming onto finger pads, hands over towards left side of the mat, torso over that left knee thigh, and then we'll inhale, lengthen through the spine, lift up through the heart, lift the gaze. As you exhale, press into the finger pads, round up through the back. Inhaling again, finding that cow action. Exhaling, finding that cat action. Hollowing through the front body. And then one more time, inhaling, softening belly, lifting heart. Exhaling, pressing into fingers, rounding up through the back. And then walk hands back to center. And then walk your hands in, come back to sit up on your heels. And let's bring the hands together behind you, interlace fingers, bigger little bend in the elbows here. And then if it feels okay, begin to pull the hands off of the back. Allow this action to open you up through the front of the chest, through the front of the arms, or the arms attached to your body. Cross the chest. Maybe you lift up the heart, lift the gaze. And then we'll release the hands, reach the fingers up. Finger pads come together up over the head, but pull the palms wide. So we're coming to a Hakini Mudra or a sphere mudra here. Then we'll bring palms together, drop the hands back behind the head, reach the elbows up, lift up the heart, lift up the gaze. And then reach hands back up overhead, bring your hands down together at the heart. Now let's open the arms wide, palms facing forward, thumbs up. And then gently pulse your arms back behind you. Nice and easy, your pace here. Keeping the breath nice and smooth and deep and steady. And then let's take it forward into a table position now. Hands come down to the mat, hands and knees. Just rock your hips side to side. Find any movement that feels good for you. Sort of give yourself a little shimmy, a little wiggle, maybe some snaky movements. Bring yourself to center. Let's take it into a cat-cow here. Inhale, soften the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, press into the hands, round up through the back, look towards the navel. A few more times, rolling yourself back and forth. And then bring yourself back into your table. And then we'll soften the belly down, coming into a cow. And then we'll shift the ribcage over to the left. Press into the hands, lift up through the belly, round the back up towards the ceiling. Bring yourself through center. Then draw the ribcage over to the right. Then soften the belly. Bring yourself back through center into your sort of cow pose here. And then press the ribcage over to the left again. Round up through the back. Roll yourself over to the right. So we're taking yourself through these barrel rolls, rolling the ribcage around. And then continue a few more times. Bring yourself back to center, and then we'll switch the directions. Soften the belly, lift the heart, sweep the ribcage over to the right, press into the hands, round up through the back, come back through center, and then bring that ribcage over to the left. Soften the belly, come back through center. Press into the hands, round the back up, and you circle around in this direction a few more times. Imagining that you are inside of a barrel and your body is sort of cleaning out the barrel, rolling around, finding every inner surface of that barrel. And then bring yourself back to center. Extend that right leg back behind you. Drop ball of that right foot down to the mat. Press into the hands. Hug in through the arms. Begin to lift that left knee up towards your nose, chest, or forehead. And then release that left knee down to the mat. Now we'll kick the left foot over to the left side. You want to walk that left hand up the mat just a little bit. Then we'll open that right leg up, bring it about hip level-ish. Right toes pointing out in front of you, finding a neutral rotation here. Reach that right arm up towards the ceiling. Stay here or bend that right knee. Draw that foot back behind you. Pull it in with that right hand and then press the foot out into the hand behind you. Release the foot, extend the leg back out. And then right hand comes down to the mat. Kick that left foot back in, release, right knee down to the mat. So extend the left leg back, drop a ball of that left foot down to the mat, press into the hands, hug that right knee up towards your chest, finding a core plank here. And then release, right knee down to the mat. Now we'll kick the right foot out to the right side. Walk that right hand up the mat just a little bit, and then open up the pelvis, lift up that left leg, reach that left arm up. Hold here, or we'll bend that left knee, pull that foot back in behind your bum with that left hand, hug it in, and then press the foot out into the hand behind you. And then release, extend the leg back out. Find your way back into your table. We'll kick that right foot in. Send the right leg back. Reach that left arm forward. And again, we'll bend that right knee, draw it in towards the bum, reach back with the left hand, pull the foot in, press it out into the hand behind you. And then release, extend it back out through the left arm, through the right leg, and then come back into your table. Other side, let's send left leg back, right arm forward, bend that left knee, reach back with that right hand, pull the foot in, and then press it out into the hand behind you. And then we'll release, extend back out, and bring it back into your table. Send that right leg back, bend that right knee, round in, draw the knee in towards nose, chest, forehead, step that right foot up to the top of the mat. Let's take it into a low lunge, press down into that right foot, reach the arms up. Let's take finger pads together overhead, pull the palms wide again, that sphere mudra or Hakini mudra. Palms come together, drop the hands back behind the head, lift elbows, lift the heart, and then hug in through the belly, reach arms back up. Palms come back together at the chest, and then open the arms wide. And again, gently pulse the arms back. Reach the arms back up overhead. You can stay here in your low lunge, or if it's okay for you, bend that left knee, draw that foot in towards your bum, and reach back with that left hand. Maybe you bring the right hand to rest on that right thigh, or maybe you also bring the right hand back to that left foot. And then release. Arms come back up. Now let's take the left hand inside that right foot to the top of the mat. Spin the heart, reach right arm up towards ceiling. Stay here, or again, we'll bend that left knee, draw that foot in towards your bum, reach back with the right hand, pull the foot in, and then release. Come back into your table. Other side, let's send that left leg back. Bend that knee, draw it in, nose, chest, forehead, step that foot up top of the mat. Let's bring it up into your low lunge, press into that left foot. Reach up through the arms. Maybe you drop the hips down a little bit. Let's take the finger pads together, palms wide. And then palms come back together. Bend elbows, pull the hands back behind the head, lift up the heart. And then arms reach back up. Take the arms wide. Few gentle pulses, pulling the arms back, palms facing forward. Hands come back up together. Stay here, or again, we'll bend that right knee, reach back with that right hand. Maybe you bring that left hand down to that left thigh, or reach it back around for that right foot as well. Press down into the feet, hug in through the legs, lift up through the belly, give yourself a little smile, and then release. Take the right hand to the top of the mat. Begin to spin the heart and reach that left arm up towards the ceiling. Hold it here, or we'll bend that back knee, pull that foot in, and then release. Bring yourself back into your low lunge. Let's take hands down to the mat, bring it back into table. From your table, root into finger pads, tuck toes under, glide hips up and back, downward dog, starting with a generous bend in the knees. And then let's take some little pounces here, bending, straightening knees. And then bring yourself up into your downward dog. We'll bend the knees, crouch down. Now send the right leg up for a three-legged dog. Bend that right knee, draw into your chest, core plank, and we'll hug that right knee over towards the left side of the mat. Turn and drop that left foot down to the mat, toes pointing out to the side. Root into that right hand. Begin to pick that left arm up, reach it up towards the ceiling. Stay here or extend that right leg out in front of you. And then we'll release pinky toe side of that right foot down to the mat. Really strong down through that left hand. Begin to turn the left toes down towards the bottom of your mat. Press into that right hand, down into the feet. Reach that left arm up. Coming into our fallen triangle. And then we'll take left hand down to the mat. Bring that right knee back into the chest. And then we'll shift to the other side. Turn the left foot towards the other side of the mat. Bend the knees here, press down into that left hand, step that right foot off of the mat, and then turn the left toes down towards the end of the mat. Press into your feet, reach that right arm up, reach down into that left hand, push the floor away. Maybe bend that right elbow, tuck the right hand back behind the head, lift up through your heart. And then right arm comes back up, spin yourself back into your downward dog. Let's do that on the other side. Crouch down, send the left leg up. Bend that left knee, shift forward, find that core plank. And then we'll hug the left knee over towards the right side of the mat. Turn the right toes towards that long edge of the mat. Press into the left hand, reach right arm up. Maybe extend that left leg out. Maybe you take pinky toe side of that left foot down to the floor. Turn the right toes towards the end of the mat. Press into the left hand. Reach up through that right arm. Hands reaching away from each other. And then right hand comes back down. Spin yourself back into that core plank. And then over to the other side. Turn right toes towards other side of the mat. Bend both knees. Press into that right hand. Step that left foot back behind you, and then turn the right toes down towards the bottom of the mat. Press down into the feet, bend the knees, and then press into the feet, press into the legs, press into that right hand, lift yourself up. Heart reaches up, left arm reaches up, maybe bend that left elbow, tuck the hand back behind the head, lift the heart, and then we'll bring it all the way back into our downward dog. Step, hop, float yourself up to the top of the mat. Let's take it into forward fold. Bigger little bend in the knees here. Shake out your head, rock your hips, maybe sway the arms. And then press into the feet, reach all the way up. Palms together overhead, and then hands come back down to your heart. Reach arms up, fold yourself in. Let's take it halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Hands come down to the mat and step yourself back to plank. And now lower knees, lower the pelvis, lower the belly, the torso, come all the way down, hug the elbows in, lift up through your heart. Baby cobra.
Release yourself down, tuck toes, send the hips up and back. Downward dog. Step or hop yourself back up, top of your mat, and fold it in. Let's bring it halfway up, flat back. Fold yourself in, press into the feet, rise up, palms together. You come back to the heart. Let's go again, reach it up. Fold it in. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, step yourself back to plank. Press the floor away. Lengthen out through the heels, out through the crown of the head. Lower knees down, pubic bone, belly, all the way down you come. And then lift up either baby cobra or your full cobra. Release yourself down, tuck toes, press it up and back. Down dog. Step or hop it up. Find that forward fold again. Press into the earth, rise up. Let's take palms back to the heart. Reach the arms up. Fold in. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant the hands down and step it back into your plank again. And this time, either lower yourself all the way down to the belly and find your cobra, or let's take it into a chaturanga, low push-up, and then into upward dog. For your chaturanga, shift yourself forward on the toes, bend your elbows, lower yourself about halfway down, keeping shoulders above level of elbows. Come on to tops of your feet, thighs lifted. Pull the heart forward, up dog. Let's take it back into our down dog. And then crouch down, send right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, bring it forward, step that right foot through. Drop that left heel to the mat, hug that right hip back. Let's lift it up into our warrior one. Right knee bends, right hip hugs back, left hip hugs forward. Finger pads together overhead, palms together, bend the elbows, drop hands behind the head, lift up through the heart. And then arms reach back up. Open the arms wide, palms facing forward. A few more pulses. Pulsing arms back. And then reach the arms back up. Hands come down to the mat. Step yourself back into plank. And now find your flow. Or you skip it, meet us in downward dog. From your down dog, crouch down. Left leg up. Bend the left knee, shift forward, core plank. Step that left foot through. Drop that right heel to the mat. Hug the left hip back, lift it up. Bend that left knee. Arms reach up, warrior one. Stick finger pads together. Palms apart. And then we'll take the palms together. Drop the hands back behind the head, lift the heart, lift the elbows. Bend that left knee a little bit more. Then hug in through the belly, reach arms back up. And we'll take arms out to the side. Feel little pulses. Arms up. Hands down to the mat and step yourself back to plank. And find your flow. Step it back up, top of your mat. Find that forward fold, fold it in. Just bring it halfway up, flat back. Fold yourself in, press into feet, rise up. Palms come back to heart. Reach up. Fold in. Halfway lift. Plant the hands down, step it back to plank. Find your flow. We'll meet in our downward dog. Crouch it down, let's send left leg up. Bend that left knee, shift forward, and step left foot through. This time, let's turn right toes out to the side. Bend both knees, press into the earth, lift yourself up, open it into a warrior two. Arms reach wide. Take it into reverse warrior, right hand to the right thigh, left arm up over the ear, gently arching back.
And then back up into your warrior two. Over into a side angle, take the left forearm to that left thigh and reach that right arm up along the ear. Spin your heart up. And then press into that front foot. Reach yourself back up. Warrior two. Hands come down to the mat. Step it back to plank. Find your flow. Same thing other side. Soften the knees. Crouch it down. Send the right leg up. Bend the right knee. Shift yourself forward and step a right foot through. Turn and drop a left foot. Bend the knees. Press into the earth. Lift up. Open it. Warrior two. Arms wide. Let's take it into a reverse warrior. Left hand to that left thigh. Right arm up over the ear. Gently arch it back. And then back up into your warrior two. Let's take it over into side angle. Right forearm to that right thigh. Left arm up over the ear. Press into the feet. Hug in through the feet. Magnetize them towards each other. Turning on through the inner legs. Press into the earth. Lift up. Find that warrior two. And then hands down to the mat. Step yourself back to plank. Find your flow. And then we'll meet back up at the top of the mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold it in. Root into your feet. Come all the way up. And hands back to the heart. Now you may want blocks for this. We will add on a half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So if you like blocks for that, please go ahead and grab them to reach the arms up. Fold in. Halfway lift. Hands to the mat, step it back to plank. Find your flow. Meeting in our down dog. Let's crouch down and send the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, shift it forward, core plank. Step that right foot through. Turn and drop that left foot to the mat. Bend the knees, press down into the earth. Lift yourself up. Open it into warrior two. And now we'll take it into a half moon. So taking the weight forward into that front foot, reaching that right hand up towards the top or corner of the mat or to your block. Weight into that right leg. Begin to draw that left knee in towards your chest. Hug it in and then extend the leg out behind you. Open through the pelvis. Left toes pointing forward towards the long edge of the mat. Finding that neutral rotation through the hip. Left hand can stay on that hip, or you can reach that arm up. Keeping it here, or you could bend that left knee, pull that foot back behind you, reach back with that left hand, grab a hold of the foot, press it out into that hand. Shavasana. And then extend the leg back out. Left arm reaches back up. Left hand comes down to the mat. Step yourself back. And then let's open it back into our warrior two. Hands down to the mat. Step it into your plank and find your flow. Back to down dog. And then same thing other side. Crouch down. Left leg up. Bend the knee. Shift forward. Step left foot through to that left thumb. Turn, drop that right foot. Bend the knees. Press into the earth. Lift up and open it. Warrior two. We'll take it into a half moon on this side. So begin to shift the weight forward into that left foot, left leg. Left hand reaches for your block or top corner of the mat. Step, hop, slide that right leg in. Hug that knee in towards your chest first. And then extend that right leg out behind you. Open up through your pelvis. Stack the right hip over the left.
Right toes pointing out towards the side, right arm reaching up. And then you stay here, or if it works for you, you can bend that right knee, draw that foot in towards your bum, and then press that foot out into the hand. And then release. Re-extend the arm and the leg. You can take that right hand down to the mat as you slowly step that right foot back to the mat, and then lift yourself back up. Open it back into your warrior two. And then we'll take hands to the mat. Step it back to your plank. And again, find your flow. Staying in your downward dog, begin to pedal out your legs. Bend and straighten the knees. Find any movement that you like, or find some stillness if that calls to you. Couple breaths here. And we'll lower the knees down to the mat. Come back to sit on the heels, Vajrasana. So again, interlace fingers behind us. Bigger little bend in the elbows. And then maybe you pull the hands off of the sacrum. Lift up through the heart. Just reach the arms up. Finger pads come together, palms wide. And then we'll take the palms together. Bend the elbows, drop the hands behind the head. Lift the elbows, lift the heart. And then arms come back up. Let's take palms together. Now child's pose, knees together or knees wide. Your version, your practice, your choice. Relax yourself back into your child's pose. Back to where we started. You can give the hips a little rock here if you like, or just find that stillness. Few deep breaths here. In through the nose and out through the nose, or if you like, in through the nose and sigh it out of your mouth. And slowly walk yourself back. Come to sit on the heels. Bring the legs together. Bring your palms together at your heart. Thank you so much for sharing this short, slow flow practice with me. I hope it helped. With love and gratitude. Namaste.